Hello, everyone. Welcome to class. In the last class, we started with scene-by-scene analysis of a Midsummer Night's Dream. Today, we are going to Act 1, Scene 2. But before we go on, what are the learning objectives that we are looking at today? By the end of the lesson, everyone should be able to summarize Act 1, Scene 1. And 2, identify difficult words and their meanings. So let's go on to Act 1, Scene 2 overview. We are in a cottage of Peter Queens, a carpenter, who is with his fellow workmen in the person of Snog, the joiner, Bottom, the weaver, Flute, the billow mender, Snort, the tinker, Snaveling, the tailor. And they all gather in the house of Peter Queens to produce a play in the honor of the king, Jesus. Having heard that Jesus is getting married in 4 days. Peter Queens is the director of this play group, the amateur actors who are planning a play to perform for Jesus and Hippolyta's wedding. The play endorses the tragic story of Pyramus and Thisbe, two young lovers who died during a clandestine, that's a secret meeting. Queens, the director, announces that the play will be the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe. And he appoints roles to the players, but encounters many objections to his casting efforts. Nick Bottom, the weaver, who has appointed himself assistant director and is an hilarious but foolish man, is resolute to produce the play his own way, thereby usurping, taking Queen's authority, and claims he would like to play all the roles in the drama. Although he already is to play the role of Pyramus, Bottom thinks he should play the lion and Thisbe as well. However, he is cast as lover Pyramus. Flute, the bellows mender, is assigned the role of the heroine, Thisbe. Flute, who wants his beard grow, is not happy to play a female role, but delighted to learn to realize that he can wear a mask for the performance, so he won't need to shave. Snog the joiner is cast in the role of the lion. Bottom wants to appropriate this role. He wants to claim the role, claiming his roaring could make the ladies shriek. His statement makes the player nervous. They worry that if the lion is too authentic, the women in the audience will be frightened, literally, to death. They fear that Jesus might have them hanged for scaring the ladies. Bottom decides to soften his roar, making it gentle as a sucking dove. But Queens flatters him by insisting that Snog must keep the part of the lion because only Bottom can play the leading role of Pyramus. When the casting is finally over, Queens tells the men they must all know their line by the next night when they will rehearse in the wood near Athens. Now let's go on to Act 1, Scene 2 analysis. We'll also see that the tone and atmosphere of the play change in the scene along with the settings. From the palace of the Duke in Act 1, Scene 1, we move to the home of Queens, a working class man, with the entry of the player into the action. Shakespeare presents the concept of class difference and offers an image on the position and character of actors within society. While this scene appears to afford a complete contrast with the previous scene, there is also some continuity in the action. For example, the play within the play, Pyramus and Thisbe, presents kind of misguided lovers, continuing the overall drama's obsession with love and, in particular, with the often crude cause of love, which, as Lysander proclaimed in the previous scene, never runs true. The title of the play within the play contains a similar comic element. Queen has titled his drama The Most Lamentable Comedy and Most Cruel Death of Pyramus and Thisbe, quite accurate representing the paradoxical nature of their unique performance of this drama. Just as love is often a blend of tears, sighs, and joy, Queen's brand of comedy complexly blends the violent with the playful, almost absurd. Shakespeare's goal in creating this play within the play was to add a comic element to the action. But why does it present these actors as fools? Perhaps to highlight the ineptitude of many of the other acting companies of his days, while emphasizing the superiority of his own company. Presumably, they were not as ridiculous as Queen's and his merry band of actors. Perhaps Shakespeare used these techniques to accentuate the theatrical element of his own drama, forcing the audience to think more carefully about the relationship between drama and reality. The play are humorous, partly because of their belief in the audience gullibility, because they worry that their acting will be too close to reality. They must temper their lion draw, or they will be hanged for frightening the audience, making them think that a death has actually occurred on the stage. By playing their part too well, the actors fear they will break the wall separating reality and fantasy, which could result in their very real death. Of course, to the savvy audience, this seems like a joke. We can all distinguish from dream from waking life, theater from reality, can't we? We can. So let's look at the difficult words and their meanings. In line 3, we have script, which is script in today's English. Marry, that's when you want to interject or you want to swear by Holy Mary, uh, interjecting use in expressing surprise, anger. Line 21, we have humor, which means inclinations. 22, we have echoes. Today we have it as Hercules. Then Phoebus car, that's the chariot of Phoebus. Then that's all one in line 39 is it makes no difference. In 57, we have Anne, which in today's English is referred to as Eve. Then in 68, we have proper man, and in today's English, you have it as handsome man or fine looking man. That is the end of the class today. See you next class. Make sure you subscribe so that you can have the next video when it comes.